Can you think of few things that mm, that you might find like a little bit annoying from a borrower? Like, what are some, I guess, mistakes or some of the things that borrowers do that could be annoying for the lender or for a loan broker?
Yeah, I mean, the more organized you are, the more willing you are to provide the documents that I need to put my package together. Sometimes it's a hassle to, excuse me, it's a hassle for borrowers to get together all their K-1s for the last 3 years, and they might delay getting you that information, and then they wonder why you haven't gotten the deal into committee yet. And
Mm,
everything that I'm requesting and asking for is to get as clean of a package put together as possible, and put that in front of the different capital sources to get as clean of an answer as possible, as quickly as possible. So organization and providing documents is huge. Um, you know, there's scenarios where someone hears that I did a loan at 2.91%, because I mentioned that I did one under 3%, right? And then
yeah,
they wonder why their loan isn't 2.9%. And
right.
not all deals are the same. There's different risk associated with every deal depending on location and sponsor strength and all of that. It's not just, and I think that might come from the residential world, right? When you're buying a house, it doesn't necessarily matter if you're on high in Maine or if you're in a class C location, right? Residential rates are kind of residential rates. And I think people get that confused with commercial, where
Hmm.
um, the government isn't necessarily buying all of those loans. It's staying on the balance sheet, and there's risk associated with it. And
Right.
different risk equates to different interest rates. So oftentimes they'll hear that their friend went out and got a 3% loan on their asset that's in downtown LA,
Yeah.
and he borrowed 50% leverage, and wonder why his property in Columbus, Ohio, at 80% leverage isn't getting the 3% rate. Um,
Right.
so just managing expectations and having realistic expectations, I guess, is would make my life a little simpler.
Got it. Got it. That makes sense. So I think you covered, you know, the next question I was going to ask, which was, what can borrower do to set themselves up for success, right? Be more organized and have more, I guess, aligned expectations of loan terms and rates. Anything else you
Yeah.
can think of?
What can borrowers do to set themselves up for more success? You know,
Maybe do a
keep
better job underwriting.
Yeah, realistic underwriting, right? Sometimes borrowers will lease a couple of their units at $900 rents, and the rest of them are at 825,
Mhm.
and want me to underwrite everything to 900. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I can do that, but I can do that 24 months out.
Yeah.
It's different than underwriting it today. So realistic underwriting is definitely helpful, but real estate investors are real estate investors for a reason, and they take risk, and they're typically very optimistic, and they're going to push. And I need to be pushed to make sure that you're getting the best loan that you possibly can. One thing that has been very helpful for me is I'm a borrower as well. I own a couple apartment complexes in Columbus, and being on the other side of the aisle has kind of allowed me to put myself literally in the shoes of my clients and understand where they're coming from, and understand that eighth of a basis point, or yeah, eighth of a basis point on the rate is important to my cash flow, and that extra year of interest only is important to my cash flow. And I have investors in my deals, and I need to pay them the returns that I'm trying to pay them. And I understand it from the side of the borrower who's pushing me to underwrite everything to 900 and use a two cap in Columbus, Ohio.
Thanks for joining us today. You can find more episodes at therealworkshop.org.